It's cold. Can you tell by the snow happening around me? I'm Mint Salad and I saw the Twilight Zone Season 3, Episode 6, The Mirror. It is directed by Don Medford, written by Rod Serling. If you haven't seen this episode, I'll spoil it for you. By the way, the lead, Ramos, it's Peter Falk. He's Columbo, just so you know. He's a really good actor. You can't really tell that it's Peter Falk. Also, Peter Falk has like the lazy eye thing, so he has to do the squint, and I can't even tell. He's like a really good actor. Anyway, on with the review. This episode follows Ramos and his 4 buds who's successfully done a coup in a Central American dictatorship. And with all coups, there's a power vacuum that has to be harsher than the last one. That's just the rules, okay? I don't make the rules. That's just what happens. You've got a dictatorship and you got a coup. And by the way, people inside are letting the coup happen. How else would the coup happen unless there were some insiders letting it happen, right? Now we've got a new leader, and in order for the new leader to keep everybody who is in the previous power positions, but now he's got a new leader, they've just kept their old positions. He has to be harsher than the last ones, or else other people are going to coup against him. It's really funny, right? Coups don't really work unless it's like a complete system overhaul. And this episode is evidence of that. Before they get rid of the last dictator, any last words? Yeah, look in that mirror. You'll see your enemies in that mirror. And then they just throw him out, and then he's dead. And of course, Ramos is like, okay, I'm gonna look in the mirror, and I see my friends. And every time he looks into the mirror, he finds a different friend. And he has executions happen, he has those friends executed, and he ends up being worse than the last dictator. And then the last person he sees in the mirror is himself, and he gets himself super crazy. And it's not until the very, very end, when it's too late, that he realizes that he is his worst enemy, and so he shoots himself. And the guy who's just like looking at all this happen be like, I knew this was going to happen. I knew it. And I'm like, yeah, I knew it was going to happen too. But I love the devastation that you can see in Ramos's face. And he's just super paranoid. The very beginning of the episode, he's not paranoid. He's like, yeah, we did it. We're going to celebrate that we got rid of the dictator. The previous dictator, he's now gone. And then the paranoia slowly starts to creep in, like, oh, maybe my friends, they'll be against me. And he's doing like the self-fulfilling prophecy stuff where he's treating his friends like they've already betrayed him, which is terribly, which leads his friends to betray him. Or he's just gonna kill them off before they can. He's like killing off their friends, like right in front of the other friends. And so I'm like, this is not how you have camaraderie. What is it called? Like a tight-knit power circle, a tight-knit social circle, a tight-knit any circle is absolutely collapsed, and whoever is the next dictator, who knows? Who will be in power next time? I like how this episode is open-ended like that. I like how this episode's like, yeah, these people did a coup, and the lead was actually worse than the last dictator, and ended up killing all his friends and then himself. So I think ultimately paranoia is the biggest enemy in this episode. What do you think of this episode? I really liked it a lot. I did notice that like the setting was lit brightly at the very beginning of this episode because they've just done a successful coup. And then at the end, like, progressively gets darker and darker until at the end, it's just like very dark, visually showing the tone of this episode. So I've got to give this one, and I think everybody did a really good job acting, so I've got to give this one, it's an 8.3 out of 10. If you like this review, watch another one on the platform you like, at $20 DNS, patreon.com/ASEPresents for one movie review for 1 month. If I haven't reviewed on the channel, there's a chance I haven't seen it all. So get them Patreon requests and also support the daily grind by going on to superboost.com. So go here. And until next time, Mint Salad Saw, I'll see you later, my salad croutons and bacon bits.